Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633, I'm back with another Star Wars review. Today we're going to take a look at the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series Elite Praetorian Guard. This is actually really nice, and while the design is kind of bland, in person and just how he looks as an action figure, I think he looks really nice and has a lot of regality to him. And I find that really awesome. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the box. The box is in the standard 6-inch Black Series scale. Elite Praetorian Guard has a picture of his helmet there. Shows that he is number 50 of the releases, and has a bio on the back as normal. So now we're going to take a look at the figure more closely. As a comparison, here is the Elite Praetorian Guard next to the original trilogy version of the Royal Guard, and it's clear to see that these new guards are definitely based on the Empire's versions of the Royal Guards, although it does have a little bit more of a armor look to it rather than just being a hooded figure. So anyways, we're going to take a look at the figure now. Articulation-wise, it's actually quite strange, and that's only because of his arms. But first, his head is on the standard ball joint, and, interesting enough, his shoulder pads technically are on an articulation joint, since they can actually move forward and back, so that you can actually have better articulation there. We're actually going to slightly remove the pike weapon out of his hand, and look at the armor closely. He does maintain the same ball hinge shoulders, but here's where it gets weird. Basically, this particular link on the armor here, and the rest of the arm there, have slightly extra articulation points, since this piece can actually swivel, and swivel here too. For what I could tell, you can bend the elbow, but I haven't really found a way to do so. The same thing with the wrists. For what I could tell, they are standard swivels, but they might actually have a joint there, but it's kind of hard to get into. He has full regular articulation with the waist with no hindrance, and while these are made of a softer plastic, they actually don't hinder the articulation too much, since he can actually spread his legs pretty nicely there. He does have the standard hip joints, very tight swivels at the thighs, double joints at the knees, and fully jointed ankles. So regardless of the fact that he does have a lot of this cloak design over him, he does maintain the standard articulation. As a close-up look, here he is with his weapon, obviously, and it looks really nice. It's a weapon that seems to be mostly for one-handed combat, though, due to the fact that the actual hilt is kind of short. You can actually allow him to hold it with both hands, although it does kind of come out a little bit short there, and it's kind of awkward, but at least it is a weapon, it looks like, that will be doing some really cool things in the film. Since the film has not obviously premiered in theaters yet, I do hope these Royal Guards end up becoming something really awesome for the film in terms of action scenes and so on. So hopefully it turns out pretty good. So the figure itself is actually really well made, regardless of the fact that the arm articulation is a bit questionable. I think the overall design and sculpt looks really nice, and I cannot wait to get the rest of the versions of the Royal Guards. I got this at Amazon, and so far the second wave of the 6-inch Black Series for Star Wars Episode VIII has still been quite a hassle to find in most retailers, at least in my area. So your best bet is to probably just check Amazon or somewhere online, maybe like Entertainment Earth, BBTS, or various other places. Anyways, please comment, rate, subscribe, and check me out on Twitter under Darkon633. Please check down the other channels down below. And don't forget to press the little bell at the bottom of the screen. You'll always see my content go up as soon as possible. And I'm back with more Star Wars reviews, but for now, I'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye.